Andy, first of all, we'll just look back at last week and how has that impacted anything you've done this week in training, having lost from a winning position?
Yeah, we use every game as obviously a vehicle to try and get better going forward, and we reviewed that game and looked at it with real honesty and areas of the game where we need to get better at. I think we've been inconsistent in the 5 games so far in certain aspects of our game. So yeah, it's just like whether it's a win, a loss or a draw. We looked at it and we've fed back to the players, and there's been a real focus this week in terms of what will we do with the ball, how reliable with the ball are we, how good is our end product, and how can we make that better.
I guess those watchbacks are easier if you have one though, but do you open it up to the players and say, can you see what happened here? Or is it you that leads that conversation?
No, I lead it, and it's always open to the players and to the staff. So I don't confess to know everything, and they're going to have a different view maybe on some things, but it's important that we iron out that confusion maybe, and so then we're all on the same page moving forward.
We've had deadline day come and go as well. You've had a thank God, yeah. I know we spoke just before the season started, and you were saying you were always looking to add to the squad. Before a chat about the 2 that came in right at the end, are you happy with the recruitment that's been done this summer? Do you think you have got enough for promotion?
I think at the end of last season, when I obviously had the conversations with the players who were out of contract, we ended up with 9 contracted players. 5 re-signed, and we brought in 12 new players. Delighted with every single one of them. The reasons why we brought them in are all different. They're all at different stages of their career. They all bring something new. We profiled every single position, myself, Parky and Ollie, and thought which players are out there fit what we want in an ideal world, how many boxes can we tick, and we've managed to do a hell of a lot of work right up until the end of the window, and bringing in the 2 guys we did at the end improves our squad. 12
new players though, that is a lot of new faces coming in as well, and not a lot of time to get everybody gelled and used to playing with each other. How can you combat that?
Got to work. We have to work on the training pitch. We have to do work in here in the analysis room, in the classroom. It's up to them to form partnerships away from here and away from my glare, and it's not always football related. So lots of things when players come into new football clubs, they're moving areas, the family are moving, the kids are moving school, some journeys become different. So it's about trying to marry up all those things, and me also trying to remember that we're only 5 games in, and you're looking for greatness straight away, but these things take time.
This league though is unforgiving though, isn't it? We've spoken about that before.
Yeah.
You know, you've got to keep up with everybody because you don't want to be too far away come maybe mid-October, and is that playing on your mind?
No, not at all. No, it's 46 games. I get asked that question when we've won, when we make statements. No, it's about, say, 46 games, and where we end up after that 46 game will determine obviously the future.
You've brought a new keeper in, Jack Barrett came in. Is he cover, or is he there to challenge for that number 1 spot? He's
like everyone else we brought in, he's added to the competition. To have 3 goalkeepers now aids that department, aids the improvement within that department. He's a goalkeeper we've been aware of, who we wanted to bring in the circumstances. He's a young goalkeeper who played against us in pre-season, who impressed us all greatly, and in the couple of days he's been with us, he's only added to that. He's a really good personality, he's a very good goalkeeper. Technically, in terms of making saves, but also from a distribution point of view, he's very good with the ball at his feet.
The other new face at the end of the window, Joe Ironside, at the other end of the pitch as well. You know, when you're looking for goals, is he someone that you think can add another element to your attacking force?
Yeah, as I say, we profiled what we were maybe missing from the squad, and what could we bring in, what was available, which obviously dictates a lot of things. But Joe was always our preferred choice to come in. It went right to the wire in terms of the structure of that deal. But we think we brought in a really good player for this level, a player who's been successful at this level with his last couple of clubs, good goal scoring record, but also other parts of his game which we think will add to us so far and trying to improve going forward.
You've got 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗐 out on international duty as well right now. Obviously, he played most of the game last week.
Yeah.
how are you going to replace him? And yeah, just as a manager to deal with that as well, when you've had somebody who played last week and then disappeared.
No, that's what we've got a squad for. Some players won't have had the game time they would have wanted. No one obviously goes away to represent his country, and he's already played one game yesterday. He's got another game on Monday. So we'll obviously look at the things and try to pick the right player to go in and give them an opportunity.
Other than Noah obviously not being available, what's your injury situation? Is everyone available for you?
We'll find that out when we put the teams in.
Not giving anything away there. No. You know, Salford as well, they kind of have been around, and there was a lot of focus on them, I think, initially, just because of how they were set
Sorry
up.
about my sweat.
It's very warm in here. What do you expect from them? Because they also know how to try and grind out the results. A similar situation, I guess. They would love a promotion push.
Yeah, I watched them last Friday night against Cheltenham. They equalised in the 93rd minute. A game they absolutely dominated from start to finish. They didn't take their opportunities. The squad a little bit similar to ours, where it's evolved from last season, but they've got some real strengths in good key positions and people that we have to try and nullify if we're going to come out on the right end of the result. But we also see weaknesses like we do in every squad, every team we're going to go and play against, and it's important that we try and take advantage of those weaknesses. Competitive game, it's League Two. I wouldn't imagine there'll be a lot between the two teams, and can we produce the moments at the right time?
Great, thank you. Good luck for the game.
Thank you.